Good morning. It's Wednesday, January the 3rd, 2024, and we're going to be reading Genesis 7, 8, and 9 this morning. Then the Lord said to Noah, "Come into the ark and your household, because I have seen that you are righteous before me in all the generations. You shall take with you 7 of each clean animal, male and female, 2 animals that are unclean, a male and his female, and also 7 birds of the air. Uh, Male and female, to keep the species alive on the face of the earth. For after 7 more days I will cause it to rain on the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and I will destroy from the face of the earth all living things that I have made. And Noah did according to all the Lord commanded him, and Noah was 600 years old when the flood waters were on the earth. So Noah, his sons, and his wife went into the ark because of the waters of the flood, of the clean animals and the animals that are unclean, of the birds, of everything that creeps on the earth. Two by two they went into the ark to Noah, male and female, as God had commanded Noah. And after it came to pass 7 days that the waters of the waters were on the earth in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day. On that day, all the fountains of the great deep were broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened, and rain was on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On that same day, Noah and Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Noah's wives, and the 3 wives of his sons with them entered the ark. And every beast after its kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and everything that creeps on the earth after their kind, and every bird after their kind, and every bird of every sort. And they went into the ark 2 by 2, all the flesh which is the breath of life, so that they entered male and female. All flesh went in as God has commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. And now the flood waters were on the earth 40 days, and the water increased and lifted the ark. And it rose high above the earth, and the waters prevailed greatly and increased on the earth. And the ark moved about on the surface of the waters, and the waters were covered, and the waters prevailed 15 cubits upwards, and the mountains were covered. And the flesh that did move on the earth, the birds, the cattle, and the beasts, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, and every man, all whose nostrils was the breath of life and the spirit of life, all that was on dry land died. So he destroyed all the living things which are on the face of the ground, both man and cattle, creeping thing, birds of the air were destroyed from the earth. Only Noah and those who were with him in the ark remained alive, and the waters prevailed on the earth 150 days. Genesis chapter 8. Then God remembered Noah and every living thing and all the animals that were with him in the ark. And God made a wind pass over the earth, and the waters subsided, and the fountains of the deep and the windows of heaven were also stopped, and the rain of heaven was restrained, and the waters receded continually from the earth. At the end of the 150 days, the waters decreased. Then the ark rested in the 7th month of the 17th day on the mountain of Ararat, and all the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day, the top of the mountains were seen. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. And when he sent out a raven which kept going to and fro until the waters had dried up from the earth. He also sent out for himself a dove to see if the waters had dried up from the earth, from the face of the ground. But the dove found no resting place for the sole of her foot and returned to the ark, for the waters were on the face of the earth. So he put out his hand and took her and drew her into the ark for himself, and waited yet another 7 days. And again he sent the dove out of the ark, and the dove came to him in the evening, and behold, a freshly plucked olive leaf was in her mouth, and no one knew the waters had receded from the earth. So he waited yet another 7 days and sent out the dove, which did not return again any more. In the 601st year, in the first month, of the first day of the month, of the waters are dried from the earth, and Noah removed the covering from the ark. And he looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. In the second month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth had dried out. Then God said to Noah, "Go out from the ark, you and your wife and your sons' wives with you, and bring with you out everything that is with you, all the flesh and the birds. Bring out with you every living thing which is with you, flesh and birds and animals, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, that I may uh, swarm out on the earth, and be fruitful and multiply on the earth." So Noah went out, and his sons and his wives and his sons' wives with him, and every creeping thing and every bird and everything that moves on the earth went out from the families of the ark. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and took some of every clean animal and some of every clean bird, and offered an offering on the altar. And when the Lord had smelled the pleasing aroma, the Lord said in his heart, "I will never curse the ground for man's sake. The intention of man's heart is evil from his youth, neither will I again strike down every living creature, as I have done, while the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, and the days and nights shall not cease." Genesis chapter 9. Somehow I switched to ESV right in there, so forgive me. So God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be on every beast of the earth, on every bird of the air, and all that move on the earth, and all the fish of the sea. They are given into your hand. And every moving thing that moves and lives shall be food for you. I have given you all things, even the green herbs, but you shall not eat the flesh with its life and its blood. Surely your lifeblood I will demand a reckoning. From the hand of every beast I will require it, and from the hand of man, from the hand of every man's brother I will require it. Whoever sheds a man's blood, by man's blood shall be shed. For in the image of God he made man. And if you And if you are being fruitful and multiply, bring forth an abundance in the earth and multiply it. Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him, saying, As for me, behold, I establish my covenant with you and your descendants, and with every living creature that is with you, every bird, every cattle, every beast of the earth, of all that go out of the ark, every beast of the earth. Thus I establish my covenant with you. Never again shall flesh be cut off by the waters of flood. Never again shall flood destroy the earth. And God said, This is a sign of the covenant which I made between me and you, every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I set a rainbow in the cloud, and it shall be a sign for the covenant between me and the earth. It will be when I bring the cloud over the earth that the rainbow shall be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my covenant with you, which is between you and me in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant between you and me and every living creature of flesh, and the waters will never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. The rainbow shall be in the cloud, and I will look to it to remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of flesh that is on the earth. And God said to Noah, This is a sign of the covenant which I have established between you and me on the earth. And Noah, now the sons of Noah went out of the ark. There were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham was the father of Canaan. And these were the sons of Noah. From these the whole earth was populated. And Noah began to be a farmer, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine, and was drunk, and became uncovered in his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brothers outside. But when Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it on their shoulders, and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father, their faces turned away. They did not see their father's nakedness. So Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done to him. Then he said, Canaan be Canaan, a servant of servants. Oh, I'm sorry. Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants. He shall be his brethren's. And he said, Blessed is the Lord God of Shem, and may Canaan be his servants, and may God enlarge Japheth, and may he dwell in the tents of Shem, and may Canaan be his servants. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. So all the days of Noah were 950 years, and then he died. God bless you and have a wonderful morning.